And the Crabs take the lead. Here's Michael Perry. Doubled in his first at bat. Here's the pitch. And he hits a grounder over to third. High hop, nice play. Throw to first is in time to end the inning. But the Crabs do get a run out of it. On 2 hits, there were no errors and a runner left. At the end of 4, they're up 1-0. This is exciting Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Eureka Rubber Stamp. The Eureka Rubber Stamp Company has been in business in Humboldt County since 1954, locally owned and operated, manufacturing rubber stamps, engravings, vinyl signs, lanyards, and more. Located at 520 F Street in Eureka, and their business hours 8:30 to 5:30 Monday through Friday.
First pitch to Biglione, leading it off, is fouled out of play, and it's 0-1. Sullivan rocks and deals 0-1, and that one's in the dirt. That was about 3 feet short of home plate. 1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. Boy, that's a wide strike zone from the home plate umpire, Michael Cowan, today. 1-2 the count. The 1-2, swing and a miss. That'll be all for Biglione.
Strikeout number 5 on the afternoon for Ryan Sullivan.
Here's Josh Montalongo, the right fielder. Popped to short in his first at bat. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Expos. 1 run, 3 hits, no errors for the Crabs. Here's the pitch. He takes a breaking pitch on the outside corner. The 0-1 misses away. He checked. He did.
No, he didn't go around.
He didn't go around. Check swing. The 1-1 pitch. Down low. 2 balls and 1 strike is the count. The 2-1, swing and a miss, a big cut there. Big Montalongo swung right through it. Two and two the count. Sullivan's next pitch is tap foul over towards the Crabs dugout. Now a long look in. 2 and 2 the count. Here's the pitch. And that's fouled out of play. Sullivan sets again, and now he comes home. Ooh, fastball high and tight. 3-2 the count. Three-two again inside, so he walks Montalongo. And here's Dom Ramos with 1 out and a runner at first. We have a pinch runner, it looks like, over at first base. Yep, that's going to be number 2. And he's not on the lineup card, but we do have a roster somewhere.
Here it is.
Tyler Turney.
Yeah.
First pitch is swung on and missed. It's 0-1. So Turney in the pinch run for Montalongo.
Assume he'll stay in the game and take over in right field for Montalongo.
With the Expos down a run. Next pitch is down and away. 1-1 the count. Warren out to have a word now with Sullivan. I don't know if he was crossed up on that last pitch or what. Sullivan with a sudden bout of wildness with Montalongo at the bat. Now, kind of a wide pitch there. 1-1 the count. Turney takes his lead. And now throw over to first. Runner goes. The 1-1 is in on the hands, fisted high in the air on the infield. It'll be the first baseman, Newman. And they're going to race the runner back to first, and the Crabs will have a double play to end the inning. Bad time for Turney to decide to run, huh? So it's a 3 unassisted double play. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And at the end of 4.5, it's 1-0 in favor of the Crabs. This is Opportune Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE. All right, welcome back. Mason Cerrillo to lead it off for the Crabs in the bottom of the 4th. He takes a pitch down, bottom of the 5th. Takes a pitch down low. It's 1-0. Crabs are up 1-0. Both teams with 3 hits. Expos have an error. Here's the 1-0. And on the hands, and he rolls it out to second base. Easy play for Nunez. 1 away.
Number 4, catcher, Nick Warren.
Here's Nick Warren, the catcher. Struck out in his first at bat.
A big thanks to Coast Central Credit Union for buying group tickets and for reserving the right field barbecue lawn.
Here's the pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike on the inside corner. 0-1 to Warren. The 0-1 breaking pitch is hit on the ground towards third, backhanded, and it's off his glove in the left field. Warren rounding first, headed for second. Here comes the throw, and it won't be in time, and it gets past the second baseman, but no further advance. So Warren, a ball right over the bag down third. A nice attempt by Eddie Pena to backhand it, but it glanced off his glove and into left field. So a 1-out double puts a runner at second.
Next up, number 2, second base.
Here's Pozos. Grounded to short in his first at bat.
That was a hit too. I saw there.
Abrams asks for the signs again. Now he's ready. Looks at second and deals. Shows bunt, takes the pitch down and away. It's 1-0. Right-hander warming out in the bullpen for the Crabs, and another one in the bullpen for the Expos. Look out at second, and now he comes home with a fastball swing and a miss. Pozos took a big cut at that one. So a ball and a strike is the count. Here's the 1-1. Check swing, and he taps it out towards third base. Barehanded by the pitcher. Throw to first is in time, and on the play, Warren goes to third. Pozos didn't mean the swing.
Next up, number 9, center fielder, Austin White.
But here's White with 2 outs and a runner at third. White is 0 for 2.
Big scooper Olsen, that way.
Crabs could definitely use some insurance, leading 1-0.
Kevin, where are we? On radio, but still not streaming?
As far as I know, I think your audio streaming only.
Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-1.
We have no video for the stream right now. I tried to figure it out. There's nothing I can do. I totally error it.
Here's the 0-1. He fouls that one up against the screen.
That foul ball sponsored by Humboldt Beer Works.
0-2 the count. Long look in. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Blew it right past him. That'll end the Crabs here in the 5th. No runs, no 1 hit, no errors, a runner left. At the end of 5, it's 1-0 Crabs. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
New pitcher on the mound for the Humboldt Crabs, Ryan Ralston, taking over for Ethan Abrams. Abrams went 5 innings, gave up no runs on 3 hits. And he stands to win the game if the Crabs can hold on to this lead.
Ralston with a record of 0-1, 4 innings pitched, 1 hit, 3 runs. They were all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 2.
1 hit and 3 earned runs? Can that be right?
None of them were earned.
Oh, no earned runs. Okay.
Right, 3 runs, none of which were earned.
Okay. Big right-hander. And he will face the top of the order for the California Expos here in the 6th. Tristan Alvarez to lead it off.
Alvarez, Pena, and Crowley. Top of the order for the Expos. Alvarez 1 for 2, doubled to lead off the game on the first pitch of the game, as a matter of fact.
Ryan's a big guy, 6'4", 225-pounder from the University of Kansas. He was the first Crab to arrive this summer, all the way from Kansas.
Brought to you by his parents.
Are you suggesting he's a foul ball?
Sponsored by his parents. Here's the 0-1. I mean, here's the first pitch, and he bunts it in the air, foul. 0-1 the count. Wind blowing briskly out towards center field. Here's the 0-1. Ooh, that was a breaking pitch. Did he go around? Yes, indeed he did. That was a wicked slider. Alvarez tried to hold up, couldn't do it. 0-2 the count. And the pitch. Fastball fouled up against the screen. No runs, 3 hits, 1 error for the Expos. A run, 4 hits, no errors for the Crabs. Here's the 0-2. Oh, bounced that one about 1.5 feet in front of home plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. Here's the pitch. Ooh, ground ball, 1 hop, 2 hops out to short. Long throw to first. Nice play by Perry. 1 away. That'll bring up Eddie Pena. Oh for 1. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play. Here's the 0-1. Fastball is in the dirt. 1-1. The 1-1 foul tipped up against the backstop. A ball and 2 strikes is the count. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Conrad chased a pitch way out of the zone, and that's all for Pena. 2 away. There's that slider is pretty effective.
That was a wicked pitch.
So 2 away. Here's Crowley, 0 for 2.
Okay, that's, yeah, the video camera we've been having issues with all day for some reason. It was working to start the game, and then it went out, and we had to get it.
Here's the pitch. Fastball down low. It's 1-0. The 1-0 down low, 2-0. 2 balls and no strikes is the count. I would like to ask people if you know that we're having technical difficulties, the pitch now misses away 2-1, like you're not being able to stream this or whatever. Please do not call Tyson Fisher down in the dugout to let him know, because there's not much he can do about it, and he's a little busy. 3-0 pitch misses down and away. That's ball 4.
We understand we are now transmitting on computer our audio, but the video is out, and of course we're on
Video's
radio. So,
But we're painting a picture for the fans
well,
anyway. They don't really need
we
the
can
video.
say whatever we want now. If it's a fly ball to left, we can call it a pop up to the catcher. Yeah, who's going to know?
Those were the days when we didn't have the video.
Yeah,
There's a wild pitch, and on his way to second is Crowley. So that puts the tying run in scoring position with 2 outs. And the count 1-0 to Nunez, who's 0 for 2.
yeah. The camera's kind of a nasty reality check on what we broadcast. You know.
Here's the pitch. Down low. 2-0.
We always joke that if you bring your radio to the ball game, you can have the equivalent of a double hitter, the game you see and the game we call. Not always the same thing.
The 2-0 pitch. Down low, it's 3-0. Great ball game here at the Arcata Ballpark. 1-0 favor the Crabs. The 3-0 pitch. Ball 4.
All of a sudden, the plate doing a little dance for Ryan Ralston. Two
straight
consecutive
walks.
free passes.
So here's DeAndre Smith, grounded back to the pitcher and then doubled.
And that's
And
gonna
now here comes Jack Giacone out to the mound.
Eric Giacone, the pitching coach. I think this is his 3rd year, isn't it, with Tyson Fisher as pitching
I believe
coach?
it is, yes.
And of course, this year we have a new coach, Tim Wheeler, who's serving as the batting coach in his first year on the coaching staff in Humboldt Crabs. He was Colorado Rocky property for several years, and now moving into the coaching ranks, got a tremendous vote of support from the coach at Sacramento State, who knows him well, says he's a fine baseball man and an even better man. So great to have Tim Wheeler with us.
So here's Smith, Crowley at second, Nunez at first. And now he steps off and gestures out towards second. The wind picking up now, blowing towards left center field. Smith waiting for the pitch and takes down low. So he misses again. 1-0 the count. Throw down to second, behind the runner, not in time. A nice thought.
Yeah, umpire out there almost got in the way of that
That's
throw.
right.
The third base umpire in this situation moves over to a position between the shortstop and second base itself. He almost got picked off by that throw. And it was a good one, too, from Warren.
1-1 the count. Here's the pitch. And that one gets away from Warren and goes all the way to the backstop. And that's going to allow the runners to advance on the wild pitch.
Second wild pitch of the inning.
So second and third now with 2 outs and a chance for the Expos to take the lead with a base hit. Here's the pitch. Big swing and a miss at a pitch down in the dirt. And it's 2-2. Big spot in the game here. Crabs leading 1-0, but the Expos with a chance to tie or better. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Ooh, misses away with a fastball, and the count goes full. Better to put him on than give him a pitch to hit. Three-two pitch. Down low, ball 4. That's going to load him up. for Ferris. So 3 consecutive walks, loads the bases with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And here's Ferris. Grounded back to the pitcher and grounded out to short. Wow.
No activity yet in the Crabs bullpen, but one more free pass, and I think you're going to see somebody getting up pretty quick.
This tense situation brought to you by the Eureka Times Standard. Here's the pitch. Fastball on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Ground ball slowly out towards second base. Should end the inning. Pozos throw to first, and that'll do it. So they get out of it. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bases loaded left at the end of 5.5. It's 1-0 in favor of the Crabs. A whale of ball game here at the Arcata Ballpark. This is Crabs Baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Patty Stokeham with Remax Realty has been a Crabs sponsor and supporter for more than 20 years. Patty has been selling real estate for just as long. She'll handle all the legwork for you and cover all the bases. Give her a call today at 496-3295 and find her on Myrtle Avenue in Eureka. That's Patty Stokeham of Remax Realty.
All right. Outman will lead it off for the Crabs. Outman, Johnson, Newman up 1-0. Ethan Abrams out for his 6th inning of work. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking pitch on the outside corner. 0-1. Krusty's in the park. Carrying a bat today and giving a high five. You have to be careful when you high five Krusty. Watch that claw. 0-1 the count. Here's the pitch. Down low, 1-1. Mess you up. 1-1 pitch. Called strike on the outside corner. A good breaking pitch from Abrams there, and it's 1-2 to Outman. Outman has flied to left, singled and scored the only run of the game. The 1-2 pitch. Grounded foul over towards the Expos dugout. We got a right-hander warming in the bullpen for the Expos. Ball and 2 strikes is the count. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch tapped over the mound out towards second. Coming in is Nunez. He bobbles, and Upman's going to be aboard on the error. Second error of the game for the Expos. Leadoff runner aboard for the Crabs. Here's Johnson, 1 for 2. Has flied to center and then singled in the 4th inning.
Nunez got caught on an in-between hop that time. Couldn't make the play, so a break for the Crabs. Just lead off the 6th inning and try to add to their scant 1-run lead.
Outman with a modest lead over at first. Here's Johnson. Runner goes. The pitch is down in the dirt. Throw down second's not going to be in time. Crabs have pretty much stolen at will against the Expos catchers. So Outman in scoring position with nobody out. A good chance for the Crabs to get some insurance.
You recall Johnson hit that little looping fly ball that dropped into right field in his first at bat.
The 1-0 pitch. Fastball taken down and away. It's 2-0. Two 0 pitch, breaking pitch, right over the heart of the plate for a called strike. 2-1. Two 1. Breaking pitch hammered into left field, but right at the left fielder, DeAndre Smith, who catches it at his shoe tops, sort of falling down.
First baseman Jason Newman.
So here's Newman with 1 out. Outman still out at second.
That was a pretty fair country play by Newman in left field. I mean, that was,
By Smith.
excuse me,
Yeah.
by DeAndre Smith.
Well, the ball was
yeah.
kind of diving away from him.
Yeah.
It initially looked like it was hit right at him, and at the last few seconds he had to reach down for it. And
And that's some of the tougher fielding plays for an outfielder when it's hit right at you. And
Yeah.
not always easy to judge, and especially when it's lined like that. It drifted a little to the left.
here's the pitch. Ground ball over to first base. He bobbles, but he'll take it to the bag himself, and on the play, Outman will go to third. So 2 away. Crabs just having a lot of trouble early in the season, putting together the big inning.
Well, they could sure use a 2-out base hit here. Logan Denham responsible for the only run of the ball game with a sacrifice fly back in the fourth.
He's got Outman at third with 2 outs.
Take more than a fly ball to bring him home. Got to need a base knock here.
Here's the pitch. Takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. That is a very wide strike zone. Oh, and 1 the count. Here's the pitch. Again on the outside corner, and it's quickly 0-2 now to Denholm. He has a wide strike zone, but he's been consistent with it all day. Batters have to know that. Here's the 0-2. Way outside for a called strike. No.
No.
1-2 the count. The 1-2. Fastball misses high, 2-2.
Wasn't a fan of its little Friday. It was actually working perfect.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner over at third. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Count goes full. The 3-2. Foul tipped up against the backstop. So we'll do it again with the full count. Outman over at third.
Final out of his games, run down. Grab the player to send up here. Post-game show.
All right. Abrams
Ryan Solomon.
from the set. Here's the pitch. In the air to shallow right field. Right fielder coming in and will make the catch to end the inning. No runs, no hits. There was an error and a runner left, and at the end of 6, 1-0 Crabs. This is austere Crabs baseball, 1480 KGOE.
Conley Biglione to lead it off in the top of the 7th inning for the Expos, and he takes a couple of pitches out of the strike zone. 2-0. Ralston's next offering, inside corner for a called strike one. Ralston had some big control problems in the 6th inning, walked the bases loaded, but got out of it without a run scoring. The 2-1 pitch, hit at the plate, fouled at the plate, and the count even at 2. Biglione will be followed by Josh Montalongo and Dom Ramos. Excuse me, it's not Montalongo anymore, it's Tyler Turney. The next pitch is taken for a strike 3 called. That's the third, that's a hat trick for Biglione. Third time he's gone down on strikes. This time at the hands of Ryan Ralston, who came in the 6th inning, picking up for Ryan Sullivan. So the Ryans have held the Expos scoreless thus far in the ball game, and here is Tyler Turner. Turner takes a pitch, shows bunt, takes a called strike 1. Charging in from third base was Johnson. Right-hander versus right-hander, and Ralston's next offering is a wicked curveball that catches the outside corner of the belt. Oh, and it was a sweet pitch. Ralston's 0-2. Grounded to the first baseman. He'll take it to the bag himself, Will Newman. 2 down. Very quickly, 2 gone in the 7th inning for the Expos. Crabs leading 1-0. As was the case last night, we've seen some fine pitching and inability to hit in the clutch. The only Crabs run came on a sacrifice fly back in the 4th inning. Ground ball foul over by the Crabs dugout by Ramos. Ramos popped into a double play his last at bat. The runner at first was taking off for second, and he was making a head first slide into second as the ball was being caught between home and first. Swing and a miss. And so Ralston ahead on the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Ramos has one of 3 doubles recorded by the Expos in the ball game. The 0-2 pitch waves at a pitch well outside the strike zone. He's down on strikes, and the Expos are gone quicker than you can say Jackie Robinson. At the end of 6.5, the score remains the Crabs 1 and the Expos nothing. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia, Eureka. Twenty-one.
Perfect timing, actually.
All right, we got a new pitcher on the mound for the California Expos, I believe, but I don't see his number. Can you pick a number up? He's a long, lean left-hander. 31? There's no 21 listed here.
11. No, there's 21.
Oh.
Ethan McRae.
All right. A new pitcher on the mound, Ethan McRae, for the Expos as we go into the home half of the 7th inning. Michael Perry will be leading it off. Perry a double in 2 trips. Had a nice rendition of the old favorite "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," not only by the Crab staff and the Crabgrass Band, but a number of the young folks here from the Rising Stars Foundation. Some of the youngsters that the Rising Stars Foundation supports in all kinds of educational activities. All right, Perry at the bat. Left-hander McRae's first pitch is a called strike 1. Perry will be followed by Mason Cerrillo and Nick Warren. Crabs clinging to a 1-0 lead here in the home half of the 7th. The next pitch rides high, a ball and a strike. McRae rocks into the wind, and the 1-1 pitch right in there for a called strike 2. McRae, a 6'5", 185-pound left-hander from Fresno City College. Breaking ball misses well wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Perry, leading off the Crabs 7th. trying to add to that 1-0 lead. McRae's 2-2 pitch. Fouled back, out of play, 2-2 again. Two and two to Michael Perry on a gorgeous Sunday afternoon, tailor-made for baseball. The 2-2 pitch, curveball a little outside, 3-2.
What did I miss? Not too much. For that last inning.
Here's the payoff pitch to Perry. Fly ball into right field. It's going to be out of here. A home run for Michael Perry. Just cleared the wall near the 304 sign in right field, and the Crabs lead 2-0. Perry's first home run of the season and the third round tripper for the Crabs, and that's an important insurance run. That was very close to the line and just cleared the wall. That'll bring up Mason Cerrillo. So Ethan McRae greeted rudely by Michael Perry. First batter he faces takes him deep. Cerrillo 0 for 2 on the afternoon and takes a curveball inside 1-0. Pitch. Ground ball down to the first baseman. He's got it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Cerrillo grounds out. Ferris unassisted, 1 down. And the number 8 hitter, Nick Warren, coming to the bat. Warren, a double in 2 trips. Right-handed hitter. Fastball is high, 1-0. Foul ball back onto the screen. The count even at 1 to Nick Warren. 1 out here in the Crabs' 7th. They have plated one. A home run, opposite field home run by Michael Perry. So Perry, big afternoon, a double and a homer. Curveball misses wide. 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. Misses low and away with a fastball, 3-1. There's now a right-hander throwing in the Expos bullpen. The 3-1 to Warren, taken for a strike on the outside corner. And the count goes full. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Catcher drops the ball and throws to first, almost overthrew the first baseman, but the out is recorded and there are 2 down. That'll bring up Brian Pozos. 2 gone, bases empty. Bottom of the 7th, the Crabs with that home run have made it a 2-0 ball game. Pozos takes a breaking ball, 1-0. The big left-hander rocks into the wind, and his 1-0 pitch taken for a called strike at the belt, outside part of the plate, and it's 1-1. Pozos has grounded out short to first and pitcher to first.
So I have the Crabs schedule for the tournament this weekend.
All right.
I don't know the opponents for each game, but I know the times.
1-1 pitch misses wide. Lay it on us, Benjamin.
7 o'clock Thursday, the Crabs will play. They'll play 7 o'clock on Friday. And then they have a 2:30 game on Saturday and a 2 p.m. game on Sunday. And then the championship game of the tournament, if the Crabs are in it, will be, even if they're not in it, will be at 6 p.m.
Ground ball right back to the pitcher, speared by the left-hander. Tosses underhand to first to record the out, and the Crabs are gone in the 7th, but not before getting a run on the home run by Michael Perry. There was 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left, and at the end of 7 complete, it's now the Crabs 2 and the Expos nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480 Arcadia Eureka. Heading into the 8th inning, the Crabs are going to employ their third pitcher of the afternoon. That'll be Justin Watland. Justin Watland, who comes from Feather River Junior College, takes over for Ryan Ralston. So the two Ryans shut down the Expos. No runs, 3 hits in 7 innings of work, and Ralston stands to... no, check that. Ryan Sullivan stands to pick up the win if the Crabs can hold off the Expos in the next 2 innings.
Justin Watland has 2 appearances so far this season. He's pitched 3 innings, given up 3 hits, 1 run which was earned. He walked 2 and struck out 3.
And the right-hander's first pitch is nubbed toward the second baseman. Up with it is Pozos. His throw to first in plenty of time. 1 pitch, 1 out in the Expos 8th. And that's a big out because Tristan Alvarez can be a troublesome figure on the base paths.
So a further update on the tournament, that 7 o'clock game Thursday night will be against the Seattle Studs. And then the Crabs will meet the San Diego Waves at 7 o'clock on Friday night. I don't know who their opponent is on Saturday at 2:30 or the Sunday 2 o'clock game.
Here is Eddie Pena, and he swings and grounds the first pitch down to the third baseman. Up with it is Johnson. His throw across the diamond to Newman, and oh my goodness, this inning is going quickly.
This game is going quickly. We're already in the 8th inning, and it's only 2:15.
Quickly 2 down, and that'll bring up Alan Crowley. Crowley, as a designated hitter, 0 for 2, and he walked his last at bat. Yesterday was definitely Alan Crowley Day at the ballpark. The winning base hit with 2 outs in the 9th inning after having found out in the morning he's going to go to professional baseball after today's game. This will be his last game, I assume, as a collegiate.
I think he'd use that signing bonus to fix that tear in his pants.
Yeah, well, hey, that's new fashion. Fastball is taken for a strike. Watland's next offering, over the plate but low, 1-1. 2 down quickly in the Expos 8th. Crabs leading 2-0. Wetland comes home with a breaking ball and a good one, off-speed pitch, and he's ahead of ball and 2 strikes. Wetland reads Warren, quick worker, and the 1-2. Breaking ball is hit in the air to left center field and deep. Left fielder going back. He reaches up and makes the catch just in front of the 394 sign. So Crowley gave it a ride, but James Outman was there to gather it in, and the Expos are gone in the 8th. Nothing across, and at the end of 7.5, the score remains the Crabs 2 and the Expos nothing. You listen to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia Eureka.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. New pitcher on the mound for the California Expos. It's DJ Martinez, a right-handed pitcher, who will face the top of the Crabs order, White, Outman, and Johnson.
We saw him a little earlier in this series, DJ Martinez.
Friday night, probably.
Want to thank True Motion Fitness, a unique approach to movement health, all focused on building a stronger, balanced, and stable you so that it can move through life and desired activities with greater enjoyment and efficiency. True Motion Fitness is located at 901 O Street in Arcata. You can give them a call at 822-3018. That's 822-3018, True Motion Fitness. As Benjamin indicated, Crabs will send the top of the order to face the new pitcher, DJ Martinez, the third hurler employed by the Expos. The first pitch to White is slammed into left field. The left fielder misjudges it. It goes over his head to the wall. White will cruise into second base with a stand-up double.
Yeah, Smith should have had that. It was, as you say, he misjudged it. He started in on it, and it was over his head before he realized.
Yep. So a break for the Crabs. Looking for a little more insurance. They lead 2-0. Trying to win the rubber game of this 3-game set with the Expos. Here's James Outman. 1 for 3 on the afternoon. He has also stolen a base. And he hits the first pitch into right center field and deep. They're going back to the warning track. It is over the wall, a home run for James Outman.
No question, no doubt about that one.
He pasted it between the 338 and 368 sign in right center field. And the Crabs have their home run game today. So Harper Motors sending out another $50 to help District 26 Little League. So they had for Perry and now for Outman. And the Little League's getting fat. Here's Newt Johnson. And he lashes that ball, just fouled on the third base line.
Well, that's 3 hard hit balls on 3 pitches.
DJ Martinez is not fooling anybody. Been greeted quite roughly by Crabs batsmen. The bats are finally coming alive here late in this ball game. The next pitch is a curveball, and that's hit in the air to right center field and deep. That's in the gap. That's going to be over the wall. No, off the wall. Pulling into second base with a booming double is Newt Johnson. That one almost went.
That's 4 hard hit pitches, 4 hard hit balls on 4 pitches.
So he has, in the 3 batters he's faced, he's given up 2 doubles and a home run. And here's Jason Newman.
He's just serving it. I mean, those pitches are right out over the heart of the plate
they are
with
there.
Nothing on them.
Yep.
And now a left-hander warming in the Expos bullpen. Might want to speed it up a little bit out there.
So the Crabs have lengthened their lead now to 4-0. There's a breaking ball for a strike. 0-1 to Newman. Jason 0 for 3 on the ball game. Newt Johnson standing on second base. Matty Nunez, the second baseman, trying to keep him close to the bag. No balls and a strike to Newman. Johnson at second.
The Seattle Studs.
Nobody out here in the Crabs' 8th. It's now a 4-0 Crabs lead. The pitch to Newman. That's hit in the air to center, but that's going to be playable. Moving under it is Biglione. He makes the catch, tagging at second, and moving over to third on the play is Johnson. So Newman skies to center, 1 down, and that'll bring up Logan Denholm. Denholm 0 for 2 officially. His sacrifice fly in the 4th inning scored the first Crab run of the ball game.
Now they're going to bring the infield all the way in on the grass.
So
Down
the
4-0.
infield in tight. Martinez from the stretch. The pitch, breaking ball, just misses inside. 1-0. Right-hander versus right-hander. Denholm wears number 5 on his jersey. And the pitch to him. That's hit in the air to right field, foul territory. Right fielder has a run, but he's not going to catch up with it. Just out of play. A ball and a strike now to Logan Denholm.
Not mine, he probably had it. Oh, no, he brought those for us. So.
From the set. Martinez pitch. Denholm grounds it foul past the third base coach. It's 1-2. Oh, and 2 to Denholm. The 0-2 offering. In the dirt, it bounces away from the catcher, but no advance. Not far enough to allow Johnson to come to the plate. Count even now at 2. The Crabs have elevated every at bat in this inning. 2 doubles, a home run, a fly ball to center. And that's all Denholm needs to do now is a fly ball to the outfield to get that 5th run home from third base. The pitch. He hits a high pop-up into left field. That should be enough. Left fielder comes in and gets it. Tag at third. Here's the throw to the plate. It's not going to be in time. As Johnson comes in to score, credit Denholm with his 2nd sacrifice fly of the ball game, and the Crabs now lead by a 5-0 score. Here's Michael Perry, a double and a home run in 3 trips. And Perry takes a fastball on the outside part of the plate for a called strike 1. Martinez 0-1 offering, misses away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Three great big insurance runs here in the bottom of the 8th. There's a line drive up the middle, almost took the pitcher's belly button off. Over second base and into center field. That's the 4th hit of the inning for the Crabs. That's as many hits as they had going into this.
That's going to be it, I think, for Martinez.
Yep, they're going to go to the bullpen to try and pick up that last out. So Martinez did not have it today. He was pounded very hard. A leadoff double by Austin White. Then James Outman took him deep for a home run. Johnson doubled after Newman flew out, moving Johnson to third. Logan Denholm scored him with a sacrifice fly and then a solid single by Michael Perry. His 3rd hit of the afternoon, a single, double, and a home run for Perry.
All the pitches were up in the heart of the zone and not a lot on them, so it was sort of batting practice-like for the Crabs.
They took advantage of
the 8th inning.
Benjamin, why don't you check and see who this pitcher is, and let me thank North Coast Audiology. We're always working to provide our patients with the best possible care. North Coast Audiology is many things to many people, but its core, it reaches out to the community. We believe our work is an integral part of a viable Humboldt County. We believe strongly in the 70-year history of audiology, and the field as a whole must be protected and refined by serious students and careful practitioners. Contact Julie Kelly, 2818 Harris Street in Eureka. You can phone her at 443-4503. That's North Coast Audiology. So who we got coming in here, Benjamin?
This is Nick Garcia, left-handed pitcher, number 9.
All right.
Out of Fresno Pacific University.
Well, his job is to get one batter out. The Crabs now with a 5-run lead. Mason Cerrillo standing on first base. Michael Perry standing on first base, and Mason Cerrillo will be coming to the bat. Crabgrass Band with us this afternoon, as you can hear in the background, and they will be here, I believe, for the game on Thursday. against the West Coast Showcase.
It'll be
No.
the Seattle Studs Thursday night. 7
No, they
o'clock.
won't be here Thursday. But the Studs will, and that should be a good ball game.
That'll be a good ball game. That's definitely a ball game you want to come out and see. Studs, maybe the best team the Crabs are going to play all season.
They were the champions last year, winning at Wichita. Line drive to left field. That's going to be in there for off the wall. Rounding second and going to third is Perry on the stand-up double by Mason Cerrillo. You know, Crabs batters are not making these new pitchers feel welcome.
No, they're not. First pitch.
First pitch
Another
is
one up in
bombing
the zone, and Cerrillo just rocked that off the 307.
The last three pitchers have been greeted, the first batter they faced, by a home run and 2 doubles. Not very considerate by Crabs batters. All right, here's Nick Warren, runners in second and third, 2 down. The pitch to the plate is well outside and high, 1-0. Left-hander Nick Garcia facing Nick Warren. Swing and a miss, 1-1. I might say at this at bat somebody's going to get nicked, but we don't know who yet. We don't know who yet.
That terrible pun
That
brought
was
to
awful.
you by
Yeah,
the Eureka Time Standard.
Outside, just a little bit outside, 2-1. Now, what was the paper that folded? The Eureka Record? Was it called the Record?
No, that was the Arclip. What was it called? The Reporter, the Eureka Reporter.
Reporter, yeah. That's that.
Yeah.
You can bring us the foul balls. The 2-1 pitch. Outside with a fastball, 3-1.
He used to deliver that free on my doorstep. I had to call 3 times to tell him to stop dropping it off. I finally threatened to have him arrested for littering.
You're so bad. The 3-1. Ball 4. Warren gets a free pass. So the bases are full of crustaceans as Brian Pozos comes to bat, the 9th hitter employed by Tyson Fisher here in the 8th inning. Perry on third, Cerrillo on second, Warren now on first, 2 down. Pozos looking for his first hit of the afternoon, takes the pitch well out of the zone, and the catcher, Ramos, is going to go have a word with Garcia.
Well, at least that's a original twist on the inning there, a walk rather than an extra base hit.
Yeah. You get a lot of runs by people getting walked or hit by a pitch or an error, but not in this inning. It's
been
bombs
all
away.
Bombs away, as you say.
Crab bats have come alive here in the 8th.
10 hits now in the game for the Crabs.
Yeah, they had 5 this inning, 5 coming into this inning. 5 in the first 7 frames. That pitch is fouled off to the right. I think it's going to be out of play. First baseman's giving it a run. But Ferris runs out of room, so it's just a foul ball strike. Oh, and 1 to Pozos. Fastball gets away from the catcher. The runner is going to go back to third.
He
And
thought
he's
about
safe.
coming home and then lost his footing
Yeah, stopped
about
and
a
went
quarter way
back.
down the line. So you have to be careful in this ballpark. There's not a lot of space between home plate and the backstop.
That's right. If that
As-
ball bounces right back to the catcher, you're a dead duck if you've taken off.
As many disappointed opponents have learned.
2-1 the count now to Pozos. The pitch. Ground ball to the third baseman, bounces off his chest. He picks it up and tags third for the force there. And that'll do it for the Crabs in the 8th inning. However, they come up with, how many runs did we get that inning? 3 more?
3
Oh.
runs on 5 hits. There
There
were
you
no
go.
errors and 3 left.
So at the end of 8, it's the Crabs 8, or the Crabs 5 and the Expos nothing. You're listening to Crabs Baseball, KGOE 1480, Arcadia Eureka.
All right, welcome back to the ballpark. New pitcher on the mound for the Crabs, a recent arrival to the team, Zach Stone, who was on the roster 2 years ago, did not play for the Crabs last year, and he technically is a returning Crabs player and the only one on the roster this year. Right-handed pitcher. We don't have him on the, I don't know if we have him, any details about him.
He'll be a senior at the University of California, Davis. And right-hander will attempt to preserve a 4-pitcher shutout. Ryan Sullivan started and will pick up the victory. Ryan Ralston 2 innings in relief. Justin Watland 1 inning in relief. So it'll be up to Stone to see if the Crabs can.
Some dazzling pitching by the Crabs pitchers today. 8 total strikeouts. They've walked 5 hitters, but have only given up three hits.
And the last one of those was back in the 4th inning. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Matty Nunez. Has grounded into a double play and struck out. 0 for 2 officially. He's also drawn a free pass. Davis comes back to the plate with a fastball at the belt. It's 0-2. Ground ball to the third baseman. Up with it is Johnson. Throw across. 1 up, 1
Nunez
down.
was overpowered on that pitch. He just slapped it over to third, but definitely overmatched in that at bat.
Well, Tyson didn't say it before the ball game, but you just got the feeling that this is one the Crabs wanted and needed before going into the tournament next week. Preserves their winning record on the season.
Well, it's good to see the extra base hits, too, because they've been struggling for runs.
Broken bat, ground ball to the first baseman. He'll toss to the pitcher for the out. The bat went about halfway as far as the ball, and there are 2 down. So Grant Ferris, 0 for 3 on the afternoon, could be the last batter of the ball game. Sullivan to Ralston to Watland to Stone. And the Expos will soon be going home. Little poetry there for you. Swing and a miss on a fastball 0-1.
Pretty good.
That's been my day. I've played it a solid 20 times and never won.
Low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. We're 1 strike away.
Do we ever get a Tays attendance?
I don't know that we did.
Oh, yeah, we did. 1046.
1,046 folks in the ballpark
I
today.
thought it was huge. Strike 3 call, or strike 3 swinging, and that is the ball game. So the Crabs, after losing a heartbreaker last night, 3-2, come back to win the rubber game of this 3-game set. They've won their 2nd series of the season, and their record goes to 5-3. The final totals on the ball game, Benjamin?
For the Expos, no runs, 3 hits, and 2 errors. For the Crabs, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The win goes to Ryan Sullivan, and I think that's his first, isn't it? Yes, that's his first win of the season. And the loss goes to Ethan Abrams. And
a good pitcher's battle for the first, really, till the 8th inning. I mean,
yeah,
we're
it was
talking
a good game.
2-0.
Yeah, it really just fell apart in the 8th for the Expos. But a pitcher's battle until then. And don't forget, Thursday night, that's going to be a ball game. If you see one ball game all season, that's the ball game you want to see, that Thursday night ball game against the Seattle Studs, who are always a tough team. And as I said, probably the best team the Crabs are going to play this season, and that should be a real challenge for the Crabs and should be a great ball game.
And the Studs were the national champions last year. They won it all in Wichita for the 2nd time in the last 3 or 4 years. So a very, very good team indeed. None of the Crabs relievers gave up not only a run, but not even a hit.
No, a fine pitching performance by all the Crabs today. And
so a big win for the Crabs. The team's next game, as Benjamin said, will be Thursday against the Seattle Studs. Final score again here, the Crabs 5 and the Expos nothing. For my broadcasting buddy, the Professor Benjamin Schaefer, I'm Hoke Holcomb, and we're rounding third and heading for home. Well, I won't be here Thursday.
And welcome back to the Arcata Ballpark, where the Humboldt Crabs have won the rubber game of this three-game series, winning today 5-0 over the California Expos, as the two teams had split the previous two games, but the Humboldt Crabs able to come away and got an outstanding pitching performance from Ryan Sullivan, able to basically shut down the Expos. The Expos only got 3 hits so far today, so needless to say, they got the exact pitching performance they needed from their pitcher today. So Ryan Sullivan picking up the win. He went 5 innings, only allowed those 3 hits, struck out 5 and walked 2. Otherwise, he did not allow another base runner. And give credit to the Humboldt Crabs relief corps as well. 4 more perfect innings of relief. Ryan Ralston, who has come in quite a bit this season in relief, 2 more perfect innings, and he also struck out 3, walked 3. I shouldn't say perfect, 2 no-hit innings, as he did walk 3 batters. So not perfect, but didn't give up any hits, did walk 3. Still keeping the opposing base runners off the scoreboard. That is your job as a reliever, and that's what he did. Justin Watland also, this time he did have a perfect inning of relief in the 7th inning. actually the 8th inning, excuse me. The 8th inning was the perfect inning. And then we had Zach Stone come in to close things off in the 9th, and he had a perfect inning of his own. One strikeout, otherwise allowed nothing else. So the Crabs scattered their runs across 3 different innings. They got their first run in the 4th after James Outman led off with a single, followed by Newt Johnson also reaching on a base hit. Jason Newman then hit a ball to short. Unable to complete the double play was Tristan Alvarez, and his middle infield partner, Matty Nunez, tried to turn the double play, couldn't get it, and that allowed runners to go to first and third. Logan Denholm then came up with those runners on the corners, hit a fly ball to center field deep enough to bring in James Outman, so that got the Crabs the first run of the game. They led 1-0, and it was that way going into the 7th inning when Michael Perry hit a solo home run to lead off the 7th inning. That made it 2-0, and then in the 8th, 3 more runs the Crabs were able to get after Austin White led off with a double. He scored on James Outman's 2-run home run. Newt Johnson followed that up with a double of his own, was able to make it to third base by tagging up and scoring on a fly ball to center. And then Logan Denholm up with a runner at third and 1 out, able to hit a deep fly ball to left field deep enough for Newt Johnson to be able to come in and score. And that's how the 5 runs were scored for the Humboldt Crabs today. Otherwise, an outstanding pitching performance by Ryan Sullivan. One more time, his line today: 5 innings, 3 hits allowed, 5 strikeouts, and just 2 walks. And Ryan actually just stepped into the booth just now. And thank you for joining us, Ryan. And after how tough things ended for you guys last night, you basically provided the Crabs with what they needed: a strong pitching performance to keep the other team off the scoreboard and allow your team to get enough runs to kind of put the game away and really not have to sweat out this win. So, Ryan, after last night, what was the focus in coming to today? You kind of lost it late and wanted to kind of bounce back.
Well, it was a big point of emphasis to come out and just attack, and I knew our guys were ready to rock and roll. You know, the defense was making a lot of great plays today, and just coming out, attacking the zone, pitching, not being afraid to pitch to contact, and just let the hitters get themselves out, and work quick, work efficient, and just keep getting our hitters back into the dugout and get them ready to hit. And I knew the offense would get going, and that's exactly what happened.
So, what pitches were working for you well today?
The attacking with the fastball was very efficient, very effective. The kind of the put out pitch today was my cutter slider, and only threw 2 changeups, and I'm still developing that changeup, still working on it, but really the fastball today was what got the job done.
Now, I noticed the Expos throughout the series, a very patient team and very tough to get out. They did walk quite a few times, so approaching a team that just doesn't swing at too many bad pitches, what is your mentality in trying to be able to handle all those tough hitters?
Well, patient hitters are actually, I prefer that because they challenge me to throw strikes. And when I'm throwing strikes, that's when I'm at my best. And so having patient hitters is great. They look for their pitch, and when they get their pitch, they swing at it, and it's great for the defense because it keeps them on their toes, pitching to contact. And patient hitters are great for that, just attacking the zone and having the defense make plays, and that's what they do best.
Now, this summer for the Crabs, man, you're one of a lot of guys that have come through Fresno State. Austin White, your teammate, and then last year Jesse Madrano, Ryan Dobson. What are they telling you about the Crabs, and what was kind of your focus coming up here this summer?
I've heard numerous phenomenal things about the Crabs. Just the environment alone is phenomenal. It's a great baseball environment. You can't ask for anything else. Coaching staff is phenomenal. All the guys are great. Got great teammates. They're all phenomenal players and even better guys off the field, which is unbelievable. And hearing from my teammates at Fresno State, they just said, "Hey, you're gonna have a great summer. You're gonna have a lot of fun. It's exciting. Great place to play baseball." And honestly, that's you can't ask for anything else than that.
Pitching-wise, having the opportunity to come out with a team that plays almost every day and maybe get a regular chance in what could be considered an actual starting rotation. What is that like for you as opposed to, 2-3 games a week they play in college?
It's great to get a real feel for having that type of 5-man rotation. In college you have your 4-man rotation. You play the 3-game set on the weekends and a weekday game. And having that 5th guy, it's good because it gives you another opportunity to watch and learn from your teammates. And it gives a great feel for being a starter. And, that's something that every pitcher wants to aspire to. And so having a feel for what a starting pitcher goes through every day is very, very beneficial.
And I've asked a couple of the other pitchers this question. Wood bats, is there a different approach you have to it as opposed to the aluminum ones?
Slightly, just very slightly. I would say the only difference is that you really, really want to attack with the wood bats. And, with the aluminum bats, don't get me wrong, you're attacking the zone, and that's your point of emphasis. But with the wood bats, it's even more because, sometimes with those aluminum bats, you can make a great pitch with a fastball in and fist a guy, and they could still dink it over the shortstop's head or something like that. Whereas if you're doing that with a wood bat, you're sawing them off, you're breaking the bat, and you're getting out. So basically that's the only difference is, you're attacking even more. You don't necessarily have to put guys away with a strikeout every single at-bat. If you get a guy 0-2, 1-2, you can live with groundouts and keep your pitch count real low.
So where do you come from before going to Fresno State? Was it kind of the Northern California area?
Yeah, I'm from the Sacramento area.
Sacramento area. So what team are you a fan of? I'm just curious.
I'm a Giants fan.
You're a Giants. Oh,
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, I was in my Clayton Kershaw jersey
Yeah.
last night. It was so hard for me to watch the score and have everything implode on us like that. So I like talking a little baseball with that with some of the players that come up here. So favorite player growing up with the Giants?
I'm always will be a Barry Bonds fan.
Yeah.
That's who hitting wise anyway, that's who I grew up watching. And
I mean, as a Dodger fan, and I didn't like Barry Bonds growing up, but man, he's still one of the best hitters I've ever seen. I mean, I'll admit that. I've never seen a guy scare so many opposing pitchers like he has.
Yeah, and you can't
He broke Babe Ruth's slugging
exactly.
records.
And there's all the arguments of the steroid usage and this and that, but if you really look at it, regardless of that, he's still, in my opinion and many others, he's still one of the greatest, if not the greatest hitter of all time. And so hitting wise, that's definitely my favorite hitter. Pitching wise, I would have to say Matt Cain.
Okay.
Is actually my favorite pitcher growing up and watching. Loved the way he pitched, and
that perfect game was
that
really
was
something to watch.
Unbelievable.
Unfortunately, he's kind of gone into decline a little bit
yeah,
since then.
He kind of plagued by those elbow injuries, and he's kind of trying to figure it out and find that feel again. And who knows? It might be a little too late for him in this point in his career, but he had a number of phenomenal years for the Giants, and yeah, definitely my favorite pitcher growing up and watching.
Well, tonight we got an interesting matchup, kind of the old and the young. Julio Urias, the 19-year-old for the Dodgers, he's going for them. Jake Peavy for the Giants. The rubber game of that series, so the 5 o'clock national ESPN game. So you're going to be watching that tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, we'll be tuning into that.
I know you have your Giant biases, but how do you see that playing out?
Urias he's got phenomenal stuff. That cannot be denied. At this point in his career, though, I think it's going to be difficult for him to have a very successful rookie year.
Yeah.
He's 19 years old. He's the same age as myself, and so that I know he's been playing pro ball since 16, but there's still there's that aspect of all right, he's 19. What's going to happen if he gives 2-3 hits up in a row, or if he walks a guy and then a guy gets a hit? So that inexperience will be something to look for, but, I mean, his stuff is phenomenal. He's real fun to watch. I mean, watching ESPN and, looking at the scouting reports on him, great stuff, but, still super young. And so hopefully, Peavy will show some veteran moves on the mound tonight.
I was going to ask if you see him kind of rounding back into his old form, because as a Dodger fan, I remember when he was with the Padres way back when, and then he got traded, and I was like, yes, he's gone, because he was a Dodger killer, and he had some good points with the Giants, but he's kind of struggled this year. So do you see him turning it around?
I think Peavy will turn it around. Nobody's a better competitor than him. He's got the best competitive makeup I think I've ever seen, and he's a veteran. He knows what he's doing. He's been through it all, and the Giants coaching staff really trust in him, and I know his teammates trust in him. So I think he'll be okay.
Well, I think that'll do it for us.
Sounds good.
But no, thank you for the objective baseball. Now, Junior Davis says, "Oh, they're going to sweep the Dodgers." I'm like, I'm trying to be fair here.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
that was good. Objective analysis like that. It's going to be a close race, Dodgers
Absolutely.
and Giants. And
No doubt.
Of course, I grew up never liking the Giants, but I like it when. I don't want to say I like it when they're good because they were winning the World Series 3 out of 5 years, but I like it when there's a good.
When there's good
race.
competition, yeah.
Good competition,
absolutely.
good division race, and it just makes it that much more fun.
No doubt.
When September comes around. So, great game today, Ryan, and we wish you. We won't see you until Thursday. See you guys until Thursday.
Yeah.
The big tournament coming up. So enjoy your days off, and we'll see you then.
Will do. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. That was Ryan Sullivan. Went 5 innings and shutout ball, allowing only 3 base hits. So we're going to take a quick break and wrap things up. You're listening to Humble Crabs Baseball here on AM 1480 KGOE. And welcome back to the Arcata Ballpark as the Humboldt Crabs take the rubber game of the 3-game series against the California Expos. They won today 5-0. They split the previous 2 games. And the Crabs last night really needed a bounce-back win after they took a 2-1 lead into the 9th inning and couldn't hold on to it. Ended up losing 3-2, came back in a big way. Ryan Sullivan, who we just heard from, was a big part of that. 5 shutout innings, allowing only 3 base hits. So that'll do it for us here at the Arcata Ballpark. We will be off until Thursday. There are 3 days off as the Crabs going to enjoy a little downtime before they prepare for the West Coast Showcase. It'll be 4 teams, the Humboldt Crabs, the Seattle Studs, the San Diego Wave, and the Neptune Beach Pearl. And the Crabs will be playing at 7 o'clock Friday or Thursday evening, 7 o'clock Thursday evening. That'll be against the Seattle Studs. 7 o'clock Friday evening. That'll be against the San Diego Wave. Saturday in Arcata is Oyster Fest, and the Crabs will be playing in the afternoon. As a result, it'll be 2:30. They'll be playing against I think it's appropriate they'll be playing this opponent that day, the Neptune Beach Pearl on Oyster Fest. So that game will be at 2:30. Sunday will be the championship day of the tournament. 2 semifinals. The Crabs will be playing in the 2 o'clock semifinal. There'll also be a game at 10. Championship round at 6 o'clock. Just taking a look real quick at the overall schedule of the tournament. We mentioned the Crabs games. Again, 7 o'clock Thursday, 7 o'clock Friday, 2:30 Saturday, 2 o'clock Sunday with a possible 6 o'clock second game on Sunday. Other games that will be playing, there will be no other games on Thursday, just the 7 o'clock Crabs game versus the Seattle Studs. There will be a 3 o'clock game on Friday in addition to the 7 p.m. Crabs game. And then on Saturday and Sunday, there will be each 3 games. Saturday, the game times will be 10:30, the Crabs game at 2:30, and then a third game at 6:30. And then on Sunday, the first semifinal at 10 o'clock, the second semifinal at 2. The Crabs will be playing in the 2 o'clock game. And the championship round at 6 p.m. Sunday evening. So the West Coast Showcase Tournament, 4 outstanding summer collegiate teams, the Crabs, the Seattle Studs, the San Diego Wave, and the Neptune Beach Pearl, all coming to the Arcata Ballpark next weekend. Well, that'll do it for us here. I want to thank once again Nick Dearden at Bicoastal Media, as we've had some computer problems the last couple of days, and he's helped keep us on the air and sounding good as much as we possibly can. So thank you to Nick and everyone at Bicoastal for making our lives over here a little easier. I'd like to thank everyone with the Crabs, and for Benjamin Schaefer and Hulk Hokum, this is Kevin Wyatt saying so long from the Arcata Ballpark here in beautiful Humboldt County, California. A beautiful Sunday afternoon. Our next broadcast will be Thursday at 7. We'll be on the air around 6:50. And until next time, have a very pleasant good afternoon, everybody.